Welcome to the flowerschool.com video library. I'm Leanne Kessler, director of the Floral Design Institute, and today I'm here to share with you summer celebrations. Memorial Day, Labor Day, the 4th of July, family reunions, picnics, the state fair. So many times to celebrate, and each and every one of them should be a blue ribbon day, thanks to fresh flowers. When I think of summertime, I do think about the blue ribbons, the parades, the state fairs, all the exhibits of roses that have been grown out in the garden. Today, I live in the city, so I don't have a garden filled with roses. But thank goodness we have David Austin garden roses because they are so grand, so we can have garden roses in the city. And I also think about foraging, going out, walking through the fields, and even here in the city, I can go foraging. Weeds, just alongside the road, become fabulous elements in a design. Because a weed is something that is not wanted where it is. Well, if I want it in my arrangement, it no longer is a weed. Maybe the neighbors have things growing in their yard that they're happy to share, as long as you share your flowers. So gathering treasures. And one of my favorite weeds here in Oregon, ivy. It's actually a noxious weed. We're not allowed to purchase and sell it. But you may have it in your area, and in my area, I can find it just hanging on the trees, which is why it's a problem. Pull it off and then use it in designs. Or maybe the neighbors are out pruning, and they don't need this long branch that's hanging out on a tree. Pulling it into my arrangement, I may not want the leaves. Strip that down. And I have a beautiful vine to work into my arrangement. For my design, a duo of urns. Now I've lined them and then pre-soaked foam with flower food, anchored it in place, and it's ready to go. To begin, I start with my gathered materials, the things from the garden and from the weeds and such, because that will build a base for the design. Cutting it relatively short, creating an anchor point, then coming back in some of the grasses. This will bring in some height, and I can just gather them in my fingers and then place them in. With the ivy, I can use tendrils, letting it come outward. And then I can use large leaves, helping to cover the foam and break the line of the container. Reinserting this one a little straighter, a little bit more from the garden. Tucking it in until I get a full arrangement just of my gathered treasures. The fun in doing a duo of designs is they can be standalone and gorgeous, or you can place them with maybe fireworks or a candle or who knows, but something fun in the center, or you can reverse them. Have them frame this direction. So many different ways to work with them. Then, once you have your base, you can go back and add your luxury blooms. And it doesn't take a lot. Just a few really special blossoms, like the David Austin garden roses. This variety is Darcy, such a high petal count, so fabulous. A soft fragrance. They're not one of the most fragrant roses, so they won't get in the way of all the wonderful picnic foods, but they do last well, and they open just with an explosion of this vibrant red color. Don't have to be real long. You can cut them relatively short, and then tuck them right down into your arrangement, making sure they're down into the water reservoir so that they'll drink well. Maybe shadowing underneath, give a little bit more impact. And then coming up a little bit taller and filling in basically until you run out of roses, because you can never have too many. To finish the arrangement, I want to make sure that I hide all of my mechanics. So maybe resorting to some commercial foliage. Maybe I've run out of the forage and I just need a little more. Calyx leaves are wonderful to tuck in, break the line, Hide the foam, make sure that everything's concealed. Maybe a little bit of ruscus. Gives you a darker green hue. You can cut it down. Use some tall, some a little shorter. And then, of course, coming back with the rest of the vines and filling in, cutting it down a bit. And I can take and just insert it in one area and then bring it around and insert it on the opposite side. Having fun with foraged materials and luxury blooms, putting the two together is so fabulous. And these designs are perfect to set on your summer celebration table. Maybe put your prize-winning pie between them, remembering all the fun you've had through the summer celebrating. For more creative inspiration, check out the website, flowerschool.com. If you've got questions, you can reach us there or by telephone at 503-223-8089. But warning, I may be out at the State Fair checking out all the prize-winning things and doing my own summer celebrations. So it might be easier, use my email, leanne@floyaldesigninstitute.com, and I'll catch it when I'm back in. Or, as you are doing your designs and taking pictures, post it on social media. Tag Floral Design Institute and let us all see. It's your turn. Have fun and do something you love.